Alright guys, Supreme Kami here. So we are going to be doing the per usual should you guys summon for the newest character being the Blue Destiny Unit 1. This one is a standard character, so kind of keep that in mind. So 2 months after the banner has arrived on here, after that it will be added into the standard pool. But so far we have not seen any existence of the NTD unicorn, the green one yet, so it might take a little bit longer than 2 months, but 2 months is what they said, so we got that. And we also do have a Yuu Kajima. So let's kind of talk about this. I'm not gonna spend too much time ranting about they dropping this unit early, but I'm just gonna leave you guys with a good snippet of what unit this unit will kind of counter us right now, or will be countering in the near future releases. I'm just gonna name a few bigger names. We have the Double Zeta, we have the Kubali, and then we have the O. So those are the three main candidates. That's being Double Zeta is not a limited unit; it's actually a standard unit. But the other two, they are limited banner units. So with this unit being released early, you can kind of look at it both ways, right? First of all, I think for Arena is not going to be the fun time if you run into it. I'm sorry, it's unfortunate because you're going to have people that gonna well on this banner, they're gonna max this unit out and gonna be a prick, alright? That's gonna happen. But content wise, if you get this unit, I think safe to say you should have a fairly decent time passing through whatever event they throw at us, because this unit is definitely well into the future. So I feel like for power crap purposes, for for the sake of you clearing content, for any PvE content purposes, I think it's going to provide you with a good, a very strong backbone for your team. So you can definitely take a look at it both ways. First and foremost, Arena is going to be pretty bad from now on. So once again, I do apologize on that. But secondly, on the flip side, event for you guys should be a lot more easier now, because this unit is pretty cracked, pretty powerful, and you name it. Alright, so let's always take a look at things in both perspective. We can be as angry as you want, but there's still a very good sign to this. Alright, so for those who chooses to summon on this banner, which I feel like even me personally, I really have the urge to press that summon ticket or summoning for this banner, because I like summonings that are in the future, right? Because we can get that early access to some good power crap, right? So if you get this unit, like I said again, you probably don't even have to summon for quite a while, even if they release like a limited time banner units, because this unit will be good. All right, this unit has the ingredient of a kind of like a midway through the game kind of sauce, right? So this unit has that ingredient. Okay, so let's kind of take a look at. I think I kind of spent too much time doing that intro for this character. But starting off, this unit is not going to be good for space. So I feel like majority of the game maps that I played through are not really, let's say, land or even underwater oriented. So given the fact that space is more predominant, this unit may not perform that good. So that's going to be like a handicap right there already, but it does not mean it's not going to perform good. So we have that. Stat wise, I did check on the website. It's a pretty standard. It's not really low, really high, so it's kind of right between where you want it to be. So you don't see a lot of whole inflation yet. That's kind of good thing about the basic stat itself. Going down to an EXQ, where it's gonna get a little bit crazy. So you do an extra 10,000 or 1,000% attack damage to enemy that has the Newtype Machine. So this is where we kind of get into the controversy of why this unit being released too early, to the fact that right now we don't really have too many Newtype unit to counter, except for Zeta, which they intentionally did it for. So given the fact that you have this unit, and the perception is, if you have this unit, you can literally counter any future releases that will be happening on global. Those unit, I would definitely say, are not going to be on par with this unit, given the fact that this unit is like well into 1 year when the game was released. Then they have this unit. All right, so any of the future Newtype Machine unit, best of luck. It may not do good to counter this unit. And on top of that, why not toss in an additional 20 or 36% accuracy for 20 seconds? Kind of keep that in mind. These values are at max out, so they do not represent when you initially pull it, so keep that in mind. And then why not add an additional 50% to your beam damage? How about that? That's a very well packaged EXQ effects, so we love to see that. Transcendent skill is where this unit definitely needs it, because upon unlocking fully level 5 Transcendent skill, you have yourself a 100% evasion rate at all times. If you are able to pop the EX skill every 10 seconds, you are in good business, alright? So for those who are planning to summon on the Blue Destiny unit, keep that in mind. Transcendent skill is a very crucial thing in this unit, because this is where the survivability kind of comes in. This is where the unit is kind of untouchable at the point in time. So max out Transcendent skill is definitely very much preferred. So if you guys are stacking up on some good, let's say rainbow hard coins, for example, whatever you have available, you can definitely summon up to that point and then use your rainbow coin to max it out. That's definitely a very good way to do it. I will not always max out a unit first and foremost. If I do have saved the rainbow coins, I'm definitely gonna use it. Why would I waste extra diamond into summoning things that I could, easily max out? So we have that. But for those who want to use it effectively, you gotta max it out. I'm just gonna say it right now. Skill 2, where it's gonna be a lot of fun. 4 different effects. All right. When a battle begins, this unit is gonna latch onto any new type enemy whatsoever. But let's say if you do have a complete squad of only Newtype Machine, who does it latch onto first? First of all, it's probably gonna pick like a type advantage. So one in terms of the, what you guys see right now, is Zeta is gonna be the primary focus, which is very unfortunate, right? But other than that, it's pretty much gonna be targeting some other Newtype machine units. So we have that. So that is a powerful effect, just being able to latch onto them just like that. And every time you defeat an enemy, how about we increase the EX skill gauge, so you can always get that 10 seconds, 50% evasion. How about that? That sounds cool, right? Why not just add on to that? That's pretty nice. Stacks up to 5 times. Oh wow, yeah. So this unit is definitely intended to be used in, let's say, Phantom Ace, Arena, or any other content that has, multiple enemies. So this thing stacks way over to 100%. So that's crazy, man. So this unit at all times will have, if you are able to kill at least 2 enemies, dude, that's crazy, alright? That is insane. And then when battle begins, increase max damage by, what is it? 200,000. So these are new effects that we have, gradually gets on like later release units. So that's why I said this is way beyond our time. Like, we're not even supposed to have this on our kit yet. All right. So this is why this unit is going to be broken. It's going to do tons of damage for global right now. So that's unfortunate. All right. But guess what? Let's kind of nerf this, all right? Let's kind of calm down a little bit. Every time you defeat an enemy, decrease damage or defense by 20%, stacks up to 5 times. So by the time you take down the last or the 5th enemy, your unit should have no defense. So at that point in time, if your enemy is hitting you, they are pretty much just going to be doing raw value of what they're able to do to you, because you don't have any defense. That's the drawbacks of it. But if you have the 100% evasion rate for, I guess, take that back, for only 30 seconds. So at most, after 31 seconds, you will have at least 50%. But I mean, it's 50%. You can easily, manipulate that into a higher percentage. So it's still broken, all right. So yeah, this overall kit, skill 2 is primarily, it's not even primary. This is like still good, even if you don't have, let's say, Newtype Machine. So powerful. But skill 2 is where it's gonna get nasty now, like, bro. So when battle begins, increase proximity damage to Newtype Machine enemy by 99%. Are they smoking? Oh my gosh, 99%. Do you think that's good enough? All right. Do you think we have any unit right now that can kind of feasibly defend it? Maybe you have, let's say, I don't know, Hakashiki that can kind of block against this, because you can, once you strip this unit away from evasion, you are in good business. But other than that, I mean, like, this unit is bonkers. Like, man, just take a look at how much damage it's able to do to just any Newtype machines. That's crazy. And besides that, you have more accuracy on them. Yeah, so you have over 50% accuracy on them. So at all time, you're gonna be popping headshots left and right, or more than that, 36%. So you're at like a good 61%. Yeah, that's insane. But that's not even the insane part. Is the fact that right now we are only at custom level 10, and they're popping up S plus power. Like, yeah, this is where the slow progression of power creeps kind of comes in, because these unit, like, they're gonna start hitting harder, as you go down the released unit, right? So this one having S minus power and S plus power on both the melee attacks, yeah, that's where the majority of the damage gonna comes in. And if you do some unit enhancement, yeah, you guys kind of get the story now. So but yeah, even if you take out everything that is due to Newtype, this unit is still kind of broken, unfortunate to say, right? But yeah, so if you guys do decide to summon on in the Blue Destiny Unit 1, it's definitely acceptable, because this unit is just way beyond our time, and even without all the necessary, new type damage perks and whatnot, it's still gonna refine, it's still gonna be very powerful. So let's kind of leave it at that. But the Blue Destiny Unit 1 will not be complete if without getting Yuu Kajima, I feel like, because this pilot is just offering a lot, right? We cannot deny that. Like, look, take a look at these flipping effects. The first skill is pretty much non-conditional, purple and raid, obviously going to be easily fulfilled. So right away you get a 76% melee sense, so that's going to be stacking up a lot of melee attacks or melee damage, so that's pretty good. But a lot of these are pretty tangible stuff. You have EXQ gauge recovery increases, so at all times your EXQ gauge is gonna have a fun time getting back. So we have, that's the first one. We have more melee sense, stacks up the fight time when defeating enemies, so we have that. Increasing more melee senses, increasing more, and then we have this one increasing accuracy and then accuracy. So if you do pair this up, if you pair with the correct pilot, we have 25% right there. And then going back to the actual kit, you have another 36, and then you have another 25%. So regardless, if you have these two in combo for new types and non-new types, you are dealing very high accuracy shots. All right, so there is pretty much no way for this unit to miss a shot or miss this melee hit. So that is where it kind of falls right now. All right. So yes, unfortunately you would have to get this pilot, because this is like kind of made for it. I don't really think there is another good pilot for Kajima is probably like the only good pilot for the Blue Destiny Unit 1 to kind of optimize it, because there are obviously things you can kind of run it with, like there's tons, all right, but to truly maximize what the Blue Destiny unit can do at base, for example, you should have it. Unfortunately, in my testing, I don't really have it, so I cannot give you guys the true perks of how good it can be. But it definitely give you guys an example of how the battle kind of pattern looks like, so you guys can definitely adjust your formation accordingly to kind of deal with this. So yeah, but as always, this is something I would suggest you guys to go for, purely for the fact that this is a future intervention unit. So even despite the fact that it's bad, we don't like it, it's gonna help you up your account by a long shot. So I definitely do implore you guys to go for it, just to clear content. I know Blue Destiny Unit 1, I don't know how much of the fan base this unit has behind, but if you're playing this game simply for collecting things you like, then skip it. But if you're simply trying to beat things, trying to clear hard content, this unit is going to serve you very good mileage. So as far as your diamond goes, it's not going to go into waste, because it'll be in good service for quite some time. But other than that, hopefully you guys can make your own correct judgment whether or not to summon on this character and the unit, and definitely let me know should I do a summoning on this one. Right now I do have 44k, but I mean, like, I can always top up to do some shenanigans, so let me know. But I feel like like I said again, the investment for the Blue Destiny 1 is much needed to improve its longevity and survivability. But other than that, hope you guys do have a good day, and I'll be catching you all on the next one.